Hello, this is Irina from La La Land Crafts. Today we're going to take a break from making Christmas cards, and since Halloween is right around the corner, we're going to make a Halloween card instead. This card features one of our newly released stamps. This stamp is called Paper Doll Marcy Witch. It comes in the packaging like this. And this is a rubber stamp on the cling mount. You can see that it's quite big in size, and it comes with a sentiment that reads "Happy Boo to you." We're also going to use a variety of our dies. Some are new and some are from the previous releases, and you can see how they all work together wonderfully. So let's start. My card base measures 5 3/4 by 11.5, and it's scored in half right here at 5 3/4. All my measurements are in inches. My next layer is orange cardstock, followed by the pattern paper. My orange cardstock measures 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and my pattern paper measures 5 1/8 by 5 1/8. I'm simply gluing pattern paper onto my orange cardstock, and then this layer is going to go on the front of our card. Center it. On the inside of the card, I have also orange cardstock, the same 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and white cardstock 5 1/8 by 5 1/8. I'm going to go ahead and glue these layers together and glue them on the inside of the card. Those of you who know me know that I like to embellish inside of my cards, so the design follows from the front and coordinates with the inside. So on this card, I'm going to embellish it to create a Halloween scene. I'm going to use a stitched circle that was cut with the stitched circle die. This die comes as a set of 7 circles. You simply separate them with the wire cutter. Before I attach my moon to the inside of my card, I'm going to stamp the sentiment, the one that comes with my Marcy. Sorry about the noise. Happy Boo to you. I'm using archival ink to ink my stamp. I'm going to stamp it towards the bottom of the moon. And then I'm going to glue it inside of my card. Next, I already have die cut 2 of the branches, and I used gray cardstock to die cut them from. And this is one of our newer dies. You can find all of the dies I'm using today in our online store. I'll post the links in the description. I'm going to put larger one towards the bottom and the smaller one over my moon. You can arrange them to your liking. I'm just creating a little scene. And then I'm going to use one of the crows from the newer die. I'm going to use this one on the front of the card, and this one is going to go on the branch right here with the moon behind it. Just a fun little Halloween scene. Now let's get back to the front of our card. For the front panel of the card, it's actually also a pocket. The tag behind it, you can pull it out. So we're going to create this pocket first. I have a piece of the black cardstock and a piece of the pattern paper already pre-cut. And let me quickly measure it so I can tell you. So the black cardstock measures 4 1/8 by 4 1/8, and the pattern paper measures 4 inches by 4 inches. I'm attaching pattern paper to my black cardstock first. Then I'm going to put together my tag. I die cut 2 pieces, one from orange cardstock and one from the pattern paper. And this is cut with this die right here. It comes as a set of 2 tags and 2 reinforcers. It has nice stitch detail around it. I'm going to position it so the right size of each layer is facing out. So orange cardstock and the pattern paper. Align them and glue them together. I'm also going to add reinforcer. I'm going to pre-fold it first and then put adhesive on both sides. Going to line up the opening on one side and then simply fold it. Really nice detail. The next step before I put my pocket onto the card, I'm going to glue this large cobweb die cut, and this was cut with one of our newer dies from our release. You can see how big this die is. It's beautiful, really. I'm going to glue it on the front of my pocket, and it's pattern paper with the gray cardstock over it, so it doesn't stand out very much, but I still love how much detail it adds. The next thing I'm going to add is this little label. It comes from this set. It's called Book Tab and Labels. This is from this die right here. It comes as a set of 3. This is really a staple die that I use a lot, so it's nice to have in your crafting stash to use on all of your cards and projects. I get a lot of use out of this one. I'm going to fold this little tab in half, and I'm going to glue it to the right side on the top of my pocket. Again, I'm going to put adhesive on both sides of it. This is just a little nice detail. Then I'm going to use my paper piercer to make a hole into the opening of the tab, and I'm going to put little brad inside of it. Again, it's all about the details. Okay, so now we're ready to put our pocket on the front of the card. This is where it's going to go. I'm going to use my pre-made tag to hold the space for it right here under my pocket. So basically we're using the tag to create the space for it once we put the pocket on. To attach the pocket, I'm going to use double-sided tape. It's a 1/4 inch double-sided tape that I'm going to put on 3 sides of my pocket, on 2 sides and the bottom. I'm leaving the top open. I'm going to remove the backing from the tape. Keeping the tag there, I'm going to center my pocket and put it down. So now, as you can see, my tag slides easily in and out. The next thing I have here are 2 pumpkins. They come from this set. As you can see, I hope you can see, it has also embossed detail on the pumpkins themselves, and it also has the faces, eyes, and the tops of the pumpkins. So for this set is very versatile. You can use it for all of your autumn fall cards just with the pumpkins, or you can make them into Halloween pumpkins by using the faces. Behind the pumpkins, I have a little flourish, the leaves. I didn't grab that die, so I don't have the die to show you, but again, I'll link it in the description below so you can see it. This one comes from the set called Autumn Leaves. It's a set of 3 dies, and this is just the one of them. And I use this die just to add a little more detail. I cut it apart and glued it behind my pumpkins. I didn't pre-cut the faces of the pumpkins because this is just the thing that get lost, and I cut them right before I need to put them on. But you can see on my card here how I did the faces and attach the tops of the pumpkins as well. Now the next step, I'm going to put my second crow, and for this one I used a little piece of the foam tape and I put it on the body of the crow, and the legs of the crow I put a little bit of the glue. So my crow is going to sit on the pumpkin, but the body of it is going to stand out a little bit. You can position it where you like it. Cute. Then I used twine to make the bow in my tag. So I usually like to fold it first. This is probably a little too long. So I'm folding, have 4 folds. Then I can put it through the opening here in my tag. Just another detail. And then we can simply tie the bow here. And it goes back into the pocket. For Marcy, I paper pieced her using gray cardstock and pattern paper, and the main image was stamped on craft cardstock. I'll make another tutorial to show you how to paper piece. But this is all for today. You can see how simple it was to make this fun Halloween card that you can give to children and adults alike. I hope you liked it. I hope you decide to make the card. If you do, please make sure to show me on our social media, on our Facebook or Instagram. This is all for now. Till next time. Much love.